Hey, this is Zach with Web3 Reviews. Thank you for being with us. Today is Saturday, October 5th, and we're going to be talking about some NFTs on the FLR network. Let's go. Remember that none of this is financial advice. Today, FLR is trading between a range of 0.017 and 0.015. At the time that Dan Rocky tweeted this, FLR was 0.01667. And he said something is definitely cooking under the hood of FLR network. Daily volume is up more than 300% and has crossed 28 million. What is not to love? If you're not in on FLR, what are you doing? I think it's pretty risky to not own some FLR. Imagine getting in on ETH on one of its first years of life. Why wouldn't you do it? And the fact that FLR offers you smart contract capabilities for assets that don't have it natively, like XRP, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Doge. FLR gives you some Ethereum type technology with some additional benefits of being free and instant. Fees on Ethereum are entirely too high. Sometimes you go to make a $20 transaction, whether you're sending money or just want to buy something, and the fee could be more than $20. On FLR, there is a fee, but it's a percentage of a FLR, and FLR is 1.6 cents. So we're talking less than a penny. It's as though there's no fee. So let's look at some stuff happening on the FLR network. We have DeFi and we have NFTs. I think that we could say that October is happening on the FLR network, but it's been happening prior to this too. We have Kinetic, we have Enosys in terms of DeFi on FLR. Let's take a look at how those are going. Andrew M says his strategy is to take his monthly FLR drop rewards, stake the FLR on Scepter, supply the S-FLR to Kinetic Markets, borrow against that supplied S-FLR, convert to Jewel and stake for insane compound rewards. So let's take a look at what the incentives are this month on Kinetic Markets. They're offering 5 million R FLR, 1.4 million Key and Jewel. 80% is going to go to the supply, 20% to borrow. We see a pool of assets here that you could drop in and stake. WETH is on that list, USDC, USDT, S-FLR. If you have those assets and you want to take part in Kinetic Market, go do it. What I do is I play the game of double down. I have some staked Jewel. It earns me Key. I take that and I just restake it back down. I don't have a ton of money in this, but play with what you will. You know, the thing about DeFi Divi told me this. Big fan of his channel. He said you shouldn't play with more than 1/10 of your bag in DeFi. And I don't think you should have all your eggs in one basket in DeFi. So I like to play with Enosys too. And with Enosys, I have a bunch of Enosys QNT, which is QNT on the FLR network. And I have that staked with Apsis. I have a bunch of QNT there. Right now, I just bought myself 33% of a QNT with weekly rewards. Let's take a look at XHaven. So XHaven.io is a place that you could take part in Songbird and FLR NFTs. And right now, the FLR rock is trending. You guys remember JPEG rocks selling for millions? There was one specifically on ETH that sold for like $1 million. Well, now we have the FLR rock, and there's only going to be 100 FLR rocks. These are going for up to 888,000 FLR. I'm not endorsing FLR rock right here, but I'm saying it's interesting. To me, it's interesting because one of these rocks, not from this company, but somebody sold a rock JPEG on ETH for like $1 million+. I don't know why. Okay, I don't know why. But it's cool that now on FLR, we have these projects doing well. People are supporting this. And you could buy one for 30,000 FLR and then turn around and list it for a few 100,000 FLR. Nobody's saying you can't. The cool thing about FLR NFTs and DeFi is you don't have to pay an ETH fee, which is enormous. I mean, imagine you want to buy this rock image for like $50 and the fee is $50 on a congested day, and then you have to mint it and it costs more. Seriously, I remember spending a lot of money on Rarible and OpenSea on ETH fees. So FLR NFTs are superior in that manner. A project that I do like is the Blockbones, and I'm going to show you guys some Blockbones. So Blockbones, you could either buy a Blockbone that's already ready, or you could take a stab at an unrevealed box. Now these unrevealed boxes give you a chance to win a cool Blockbones. Looking at their website, you see you could get a diamond, a black, a holographic, a gold, a silver, a bronze, a cyber, a bones, or a common, a forest. And they have a bunch of different bones you could win. They have increased rarity from cyber, bronze, silver, gold, and up. The rarity just increases in terms of the rewards that you're going to get once it's rarity-based rewards, which is coming up. I decided I was going to buy 2 of these boxes on XHaven. They were like $130 a piece, around 6,000 to 8,000 FLR. And I was going to take a stab at getting a cool Blockbones. I opened the first one and it was common. If you want this, let me know. If nobody comments, I'm gonna burn it. I opened the second one and I got a bronze. Let's go. The bronze Blockbones. So then I have a few of these laying around. A few of them I bought that already had some traits on them. You buy the Blockbones itself, different rarities based on which one you get, and then they have traits, and the traits have rarity as well, and you can have a fully fused Blockbones. So while this was a common Blockbones, it's now fully fused. It has a background, it has a happy pipe, he's wearing the FLR robe, and he's got a tinfoil hat. This one here is what I did with the bronze guy that I just got. Gave him some demon horns, you know, fully fused. You could tell it's fully fused by the tag in the upper left. We have this make NFTs great again. Like I said, NFTs on Flare are great. People are buying. Go get yourself some block bones. This guy here with the crazy eyes, the cyber. Things are happening on Flare. Uptober has definitely started in terms of the Flare network. Things are happening on Flare. We know that F assets are just around the corner, and they're going to first come out on Songbird. Once they make it through Songbird, they will come out on Flare. This is really exciting because all it will take is people staking their XRP, their Litecoin, their Doge, and their Bitcoin, and it will raise the market cap of Songbird and then Flare once F assets are on Flare. As people take part, more money will be locked in the Flare network, locking Flare up, locking Songbird up, and it's going to raise the price. That's my understanding of the tokenomics of this, which is a beautiful thing. Because if you want to earn money on your Bitcoin, your XRP, your Litecoin, or your Doge, which people do, if you're just holding a bunch of XRP, seriously, people are just holding a bunch of XRP, just sitting around waiting to do something with it. And of course you want to sell it for high, but really you don't want to sell it at all because the goal with XRP is for you to hold it forever and for you to give it to a bank like Nexo, but more legit here in the USA. That's actually Nexo's currently shut off for US users, and it's a company out of Bulgaria storing your money. So even a bank, if you had millions of dollars, you probably wouldn't want to keep more than $250,000 in the bank, which is the amount that they could insure you. The goal with crypto is for them to actually hold your assets if they're worth a shit, and then they pay you interest and you could take loans off of that. You don't have to pay the same tax rate versus selling your assets. You would actually pay a less tax. Why would you ever sell if XRP is going to keep going up, if it's going to really do what you think it's going to do? Same with Flare. Thank you all for being with us. Zach with Web3 Reviews. Until next time.